Level 1. You noticed something wrong. You're on a routine spacewalk, NASA mission STS-219, low Earth orbit, altitude 408 kilometers. Your job today is simple. Replace a thermal sensor panel on the ISS exterior. Should take 40 minutes. You've done this 11 times before, but something stops you. You're tethered to the station, floating in silence, and you notice the stars ahead of you aren't moving the way they should. They're bending, not dramatically, just slightly, like light passing through the edge of a glass. You blink inside your helmet, check your visor for scratches. Nothing. You radio Houston. Houston, this is Mission Specialist Reyes. I'm seeing some optical distortion to the northeast quadrant, approximately 30 degrees off the solar panel array. Static. Then, copy Reyes. We're not seeing anything anomalous from here. Finish the panel replacement and head back inside. You look again. The bending is still there, and it's bigger than it was 10 seconds ago. Level 2. The pull begins. You finish the sensor replacement. You tell yourself it was nothing, a trick of the eye, the sun at an odd angle. You start pulling yourself back along the tether toward the airlock. That's when you feel it. Not a sound, not a sight. A pull. Subtle. Impossibly subtle. Like someone placed a hand on your back and leaned, just slightly, in one direction. Your tether is still attached. You're still connected to the station, but the pull isn't coming from the station. It's coming from that direction, that same northeastern quadrant where the stars were bending. You check your suit telemetry. Oxygen, nominal. Pressure, nominal. Suit integrity, nominal. Everything says you're fine, but your gut says something is out there. You look back toward the distortion. It's larger now, a visible shimmer in the void, like heat rising off asphalt in August. Except there is no heat in space. There is no air in space. There is nothing in space. And yet something is warping the fabric of it right in front of you. Houston comes back on. Reyes, we need you back inside. We're seeing a minor gravitational anomaly on our instruments. Probably a sensor glitch. Come on in. Probably. They said probably. Level 3. The event horizon. You don't go back inside. You know you should. Every trained instinct tells you to move toward the airlock. Cycle through. Seal the hatch. And let the scientists handle whatever this is from the safety of the station. But you can't look away, because the shimmer has a shape now. It's a circle, black at the center, perfectly, impossibly black. Not the darkness of space. You know that darkness. This is different. This is the absence of everything. Light, reflection, depth. Just a void. A hole in the universe itself. It's about 40 meters in diameter. And it's moving toward you. Not fast, almost lazy. Like it has all the time in the universe, because it does. You key your radio. Houston, the anomaly. It's not a sensor glitch. Silence on the line, then voices. Not talking to you, talking to each other. Urgent. Controlled panic underneath professional calm. Houston, talk to me. A different voice comes on, older, steady. You recognize it. Dr. Vasquez, the mission's astrophysics consultant. They pulled her in fast. Reyes, listen carefully. Do not engage your thruster pack. The gravitational gradient near the event horizon will pull you in faster if you... The event horizon. Your own voice sounds strange inside your helmet. Reyes, we need you to move directly away from the anomaly, back toward the airlock. Slow, controlled movements. Do not... The tether snaps. Not because it breaks. Because whatever is at the center of that black circle has more gravitational authority than the 420,000 kilogram space station behind you. You start moving toward it. Level 4. Spaghettification begins. This is the part no one tells you about. They talk about black holes in textbooks, in documentaries with soft music and slow animations. They use words like singularity and tidal forces, and they make it sound almost beautiful. It is not beautiful. You feel your left arm first. A pressure. Not pain, not yet, but a pressure unlike anything you felt before. Like your arm is slightly more attracted to the black hole than the rest of your body is. Like gravity is playing favorites. This is tidal force. The gravitational pull on the part of you closest to the singularity is measurably, physically stronger than the pull on the part of you farthest from it. You are being stretched, slowly, incrementally, but you can feel it. Your suit alarms start firing, structural stress warnings. The suit wasn't designed for this. Nothing was designed for this. You're still radioing Houston. They're still talking. Dr. Vasquez is walking you through something about trajectory and relative velocity, and she's keeping her voice even and professional, and you appreciate that more than you can say. But you can see the black circle now without turning your head. It fills a quarter of your vision. The stars around its edge are not just bending anymore. They're wrapping, circling, like light itself is being stirred into a whirlpool. Colors you've never seen before appear at the edge. Frequencies of light being blue shifted so aggressively. They exceed human perception, and then somehow loop back into visible spectrum in ways your visual cortex has no framework for. You should be terrified, and you are. But underneath the terror is something else. Awe, because you are the first human being in history to see this from the inside. Level 5. Time breaks. Here's what Einstein tried to tell everyone. Time is not a constant. Time is a fabric, and gravity bends it. The stronger the gravitational field, the slower time moves for the person inside it, relative to everyone watching from outside. You understand that conceptually. You are now understanding it physically. Houston's voice on the radio begins to slow, not because of a signal issue, not because of interference, because time for you is running at a different rate than time for them. Their words stretch, deepen, like a recording being played at half speed, then quarter speed. Dr. Vasquez's carefully controlled voice becomes a low, incomprehensible rumble, and then silence. Not because the signal cuts out, because from their perspective, you are no longer transmitting in real time. From their perspective, you have slowed to nearly a stop. From their perspective, they will watch you hang frozen at the edge of that event horizon for what appears to be, depending on how close you are, hours, years, longer. You are a photograph, a moment stretched infinitely across their timeline. But inside that photograph, inside your subjective experience, time is still moving. You are still thinking, still breathing, though your suit oxygen levels are beginning to drop, still feeling that relentless, gentle, catastrophic pull. And now you can see past the edge. Inside the black circle, there is something, not nothing, not the absence you expected, something. Level 6. The interior physics has rules outside a black hole. Inside, the rules are suggestions. The singularity, the actual point of infinite density at the center, is mathematically described as a point, no volume, infinite mass, infinite gravitational force. Mathematically, it breaks the equations. Physicists call this a singularity, not because they have a word for what it is, but because they have a word for where their math stops working. You are past the event horizon now. There is no going back. This is not metaphor. This is physics. The escape velocity past the event horizon exceeds the speed of light. Nothing, no force in the known universe, can reverse your trajectory. You are going in. But the strange thing, the thing no textbook prepared you for, is that it doesn't feel violent. It feels like falling, not like falling off a building, like falling in a dream. That weightless, directionless sensation where down loses meaning and your body surrenders to the motion. The tidal forces should be tearing you apart. Theoretically, in a stellar mass black hole, yes, you'd be spaghettified long before reaching the horizon. stretched into a strand of atoms by gravitational gradient. But this one is different, supermassive, incomprehensibly large, and in a supermassive black hole, the tidal forces at the event horizon are actually survivable. The gradient is gentler. The horizon is farther from the singularity. So you survive. You cross the threshold between the universe you were born in and something else. And the something else is light, not darkness. Light. Everything that has ever fallen into this black hole, every photon, every particle, every collapsed star, is here, trapped, circling, compressed into a luminous storm that surrounds you on all sides. You're inside a sphere of captured time. Every moment of light that this black hole has consumed since its birth is here with you. Billions of years of it. Level 7. What you see Earth. Not the Earth of right now. Not 2026. You see the light from Earth that fell into this black hole thousands of years ago. Millions of years ago. Compressed, preserved, still radiating inside this closed system. You see continents that no longer exist. You see oceans at angles they haven't held in geological epochs. You see, briefly, impossibly, something that might be bioluminescence in an ancient ocean, captured in a photon that travelled for 1 million years before falling into this trap. You are watching the history of your world played back from inside a prison built by gravity. You see other things too. Stars dying in slow motion, galaxies colliding, nebulae being born, massive clouds of gas and dust lighting up as the first stars inside them ignite, and that light falling here, captured here, preserved here. You are inside the universe's memory, and you understand something now, something that Dr. Vasquez hinted at in that last slow transmission. A black hole isn't just a destroyer, it's a record. Every piece of information that falls in is preserved, scrambled, encoded in the radiation that slowly bleeds from the edges. What Hawking called Hawking radiation. The universe doesn't actually lose information. It stores it, transforms it. You are not dying, you are being encoded. Level 8. The singularity approaches. The light storm is behind you now. Ahead, the singularity. You can't see it. It has no light to offer, but you can feel it, the way you can feel a sound that's too low to hear. Not in your ears, in your chest, in your bones. Every atom in your body is being called forward. Time is meaningless here. There is no before or after inside a black hole, only toward and away from the singularity. Toward is the only direction. Time, inside this region, only flows one way, in. The singularity is your future, the way the next second is your future on Earth. You cannot avoid it. You cannot sidestep it. It is the end of space-time as a navigable thing. Your suit systems are failing. One by one, not dramatically, just going quiet. The oxygen monitor, the telemetry, the suit fans, silence spreading across your instrumentation panel like a tide going out. Your breathing is the loudest thing in the universe, and then even the breathing slows. Not because you're dying, not yet, but because approaching the singularity compresses experience the way it compresses matter. Moments stretch thin and transparent, like glass being drawn out into fibre. 1 second contains everything. You think of your daughter, 7 years old. She drew you a picture before launch. A rocket ship, a stick figure in a white suit with a huge round helmet, a yellow sun in the corner, because kids always draw suns in the corners. That picture is on your locker door at the Johnson Space Center. That locker is 408 kilometers below, orbiting a planet that is light years away in any direction that matters now. You think, did I tell her everything I needed to tell her? You think, does she know? Level 9. The final transmission. Somewhere outside, in real time, in the universe you left, your crewmates are still watching the anomaly. From their perspective, you vanished at the event horizon. Not dramatically. You simply stopped appearing to move, a frozen frame, a monument at the edge of the unknowable. Dr. Vasquez will spend the rest of her career writing papers about what she observed. Mission Control will classify portions of the telemetry, not out of conspiracy, out of genuine uncertainty about what the data means and how to responsibly communicate it. Your daughter will grow up. She'll ask about you. They'll tell her you were a hero. They'll tell her you were on the frontier. She'll become an astrophysicist. She won't tell many people why. And 23 years from now, she'll sit in a research lab in Pasadena, and she'll be analyzing Hawking radiation signatures from the same anomaly, which has been studied continuously since that day, and she'll find something embedded in the data, a pattern, not random, not thermal noise, not artifact, a pattern with the mathematical fingerprint of human thought, of a specific human's neural electromagnetic signature on record, of yours. You're still in there, not dead, not gone, encoded. The universe kept you. Level 10. What you understand at the end. This is the last thing, the absolute last thing. At the singularity, physics ends, but experience doesn't. No one knows what happens at the singularity because our math breaks. But here, in the place where all equations fail, you encounter something that equations were never built to describe anyway. Consciousness is not made of matter. Not really. It's made of information. And information, as it turns out, is the one thing a black hole cannot destroy. The singularity doesn't end you. It transforms you. Your body. Gone. Stretched to its component quarks and incorporated into the mass of the singularity. But you, the pattern, the structure, the encoded experience of being you, radiates outward, slowly, across millions of years, encoded in particles so faint that only the most sensitive instruments, operated by the most obsessive minds, will ever detect them. You become the signal. You become what someone else, somewhere in some future epoch, will spend their life trying to decode. Because that's what humans do. We fall into the darkness, and we leave messages behind. Your daughter finds yours, and she understands, and she isn't afraid anymore.